All right, ladies and gentlemen, my cell phone says it's 12 o'clock straight up, and so we're going to begin the 2019 Invent Idaho State Finals. Welcome to the Invention Convention. Give all of our young inventors a huge round of applause. You may hear those terms invention convention a lot more over the next couple of years because we are now an affiliate with the National Invention Convention. And so we are now going to be the Invent Idaho State Finals Invention Convention. It's kind of fun. Kids, can you say it with me? Invention Convention. Say it. Invention Convention. So I'm hoping that you've had a lot of fun here this weekend. How many of you went on the tours yesterday? Give me a high five if you liked it. All right, awesome. How many of you got to meet our awesome MC all the way from LA, Gray Bright? How many of you got your picture taken with Gray? Awesome, very nice. And I hope that you got to hear Laura and Heidi and Joey Hudicka from New Jersey with the Innovation Accelerator. How many of you got to do that? Let's hear a huge round of applause for them. Now, young inventors, you obviously, for many reasons, would not be here without your parents driving you here and supporting you. So, kids, would you please now give your parents and everybody that helps you a huge round of applause? During the 2019 State of the Union address, it was said, quote, "This is the time to reignite the American imagination. This is our future." Invent Idaho is proud to be on the forefront of the STEM movement with a slogan. Our slogan is Inspire, Ignite, Invent. And that's what we hope that you're doing as you work through the process of your inventions. Parents, you might just take note that patent law has changed over the years, and if you have any thoughts about seeking a patent, you might go to the U.S. Patent Office website and check out provisional patents. Just a little hint. The purpose, the reason we are here, and the reason we've been doing Invent Idaho, and students have been working so hard, what's most important in this event is that we celebrate the process. It's not just about winning ribbons and winning awards. I know that's what y'all are excited about. But ultimately, our goal is to help you become future problem solvers so that you're learning the process and are ready for real life. And hopefully you've done an awesome job with learning that process because literally you are the future of our country. We'll be turning it over to you in the future. And I think from what I've seen this weekend with our amazing inventions, we are in very good hands. So thank you, young adults and children. I believe in our future. We simply cannot run an event of this magnitude without our great sponsors and volunteers. So thank you and a big round of applause, first of all, to the University of Idaho, our amazing host. A round of applause, please, for our major sponsor, the Idaho STEM Action Center. And of course, Idaho Central Credit Union, who is sponsoring the Ice Cream Social immediately after the awards. And I'll name quite a few here, and you can hold your applause till the end of these. Randall Danskin Attorneys and Lee and Hayes Attorneys, who are providing the patent searches to the Best of Show winner. Micron, Fizzy Labs, Laura, Joey, and Heidi Hudicka. Best Western University Inn, Intermax Networks, Jump Center of Boise, Rathdrum Power, and the Jecker Family Trust. We also appreciate the STEMI Coalition and the Henry Ford Museum, who will be hosting the national event. Once again, thank you to the University of Idaho for hosting this amazing event and this beautiful building. Give them another round of applause. We have a very special award that we'll be handing out a little later, and that will be a $1,000 scholarship from the College of Engineering at the University of Idaho to one select student. A $1,000 scholarship goes a long way in helping you get ready for college. We also, this is very exciting, there are 6 selected inventors who will be invited to pitch their invention at the University of Idaho Engineering Design Expo, which is for their senior College of Engineering students. So 6 young inventors will be side by side right there with the College of Engineering seniors. And that's pretty exciting. We'll announce those names a little later. Super important items. If your child is selected to go to nationals, parents, will you please meet me briefly up here on the stage, come on up front, after everything is over, as everybody heads out for the ice cream, okay? So parents of national qualifiers, please meet with me. Also, we're excited to announce that our state winners have the opportunity, and you should receive a flyer when you walk off the stage today, about the Capitol Day. Several years ago, the Idaho State Legislature proclaimed Invent Idaho Day at the Capitol. So that's every year in March, and young inventors who win here at state are invited to display their inventions for the legislators. And the exciting news is this year, our new governor, Governor Little, has agreed to come and visit with the young inventors. So you get information and you can ask me further afterwards. That is on March 13th. If you choose to participate, that's on March 18th. That's a Monday, March 18th. If you choose to participate, I need you to register online by March 13th, please, March 13th. We do have a high school division now, and we want to see that grow. So share that, grades 9 through 12. Spread the word. High schoolers, you can participate too. At this time, I'd like to introduce our regional coordinator, Jennifer Hammond. Jennifer, if you want to wave to everybody, she's going to be helping hand out the ribbons, and Jennifer is the North Idaho regional coordinator. Give her a round of applause, because I couldn't do this without her. And the first individual that I'd like to have come up, if he would please, is Dr. Larry Stauffer. Dr. Stauffer is the Dean of the College of Engineering here at the University of Idaho, and he'll say a few words to welcome you. And you can adjust the mic as you wish. All right? Thank you.
Wow, this room's full. It's great. So I'm just curious, how many of you are interested in engineering? Okay, that's great to know. That's great to see. You know, you don't have to be an engineer to be an inventor, but I can tell you it does go a long ways towards helping you do that, and it's a great field to go into. Everybody in this room is obviously very creative and inventive. As I walked down the halls of the integrated research and innovation building, I saw so many posters, so many exhibits, little working models. It was pretty fantastic to see that. And I'm very excited to have the winners that are going to be going to the Engineering Design Expo here on the 26th of April, because that's really what that exposition is about, is our seniors displaying their innovations. And it's great when we have students from this competition there as well. And it's a big audience. There will be between 1,000 and 2,000 people there. You'll have a big audience to present to, right alongside of our seniors. And so it's great to see that as well. So again, I wanted to say welcome to the University of Idaho. Hope you've had a great time. We don't usually have this much snow, but you know, it's been one of those years here in Idaho. But so thanks for traveling here, and hope you have a great award ceremony. And looking forward to chatting with you later. Thank you. I
think it speaks volumes that we have people who are very, VIPs, and they've taken their valuable time to come here and celebrate. That's what this is a celebration of creativity, to celebrate with you all here. So we appreciate them being here tremendously. The next person I'd like to introduce is Senator David Nelson. So Senator Nelson will say a few words. Again, welcome to the university, and this is a celebration of creativity.
Thank you. Have you had a great time today? Yeah, all right. So I just want to send welcome from the legislature, and if you make it down to the Idaho Invention Day at the state capitol on the 18th, I will be there, and please look me up. And I just wanted to tell a little bit about me, because inventions are very close to my heart. I'm a state senator now, a public servant, but in my former life, I was a software guy. I started up a software company, and we copyrighted lots of software to sell it around the world. And so technology was really my career for the whole time. And where I got my start doing that was at the University of Idaho. There was a fairly innovative professor whose name was Lou Edwards, who invented the technology to model pulp mills, like the giant factory down in Liston. He did that back in the 70s, and he kind of changed the world in Idaho on how we dealt with those things. Spun off several companies. There was at least three different software companies that came out of his work, and it's a big deal. So I want to just applaud you as you guys start your life trying to invent, trying to copyright, trying to build new things. It's a complicated business. We have our brilliant minds, but there's also sales, there's marketing, there's distribution. In my life, I ended up working with a bunch of people in Argentina, and my mistake in my life was never learning Spanish. So I was at a disadvantage in working with them. So think about some of those other skills as you invent things as well. So again, welcome today. Congratulations to the winners in advance, and congratulate to everybody for participating.
And the next person I'd like to introduce, please, is Dr. Angela Hemingway. Dr. Hemingway is the Executive Director of the Idaho STEM Action Center and a major supporter of Invent Idaho, so we appreciate you tremendously. Dr. Hemingway.
Well, hi, all you young inventors, and now we have a high school invention category as well. So congratulations, everyone, for making it this far. It really is a huge accomplishment. So I just wanted to say welcome and thank you from the governor's office. I oversee the STEM Action Center, which is an agency inside the office of the governor. And last year in Idaho alone, there were over 6,300 STEM jobs that went unfilled in Idaho. Those are jobs waiting for all Idahoans. Those are jobs that we missed out on last year, and there's going to be thousands of more jobs this year and in the future. And all these young inventors in the area here, you guys are creating those jobs of the future. You're going to be the ones that solve those problems, create new jobs. You'll do amazing things with artificial intelligence, virtual reality, drones, 3D printing. There are so many opportunities. So I would just encourage you to embrace your education. I know those math and science classes can be difficult, but you're learning so many other skills beyond just the technical skills in math and science. You're learning critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, inventing. All of those are really important activities that you're going to do that's going to better not only your future, but the future of this planet and the future of our great state here in Idaho. So thank you so much, and good luck to all of you today as we're moving shortly into the award ceremony. Thank you.
You have to stand on your tiptoes, too. I could see Angela and I both have to stand on our tiptoes because they have the mic ready for Gray. Several other VIPs I'd like to mention, but they're going to be on stage a little later, and they've been on stage already. So Laura, Joey, and Heidi Hudicka, if you just wave to everybody, we appreciate them all the way here from New Jersey. Give them a round of applause. And they're actually, Joey and Heidi, if you come up, I'm going to have you draw the name for the Teacher Award, if you would please. And while they're coming up, come on up. And while they're coming up, I'd like to introduce to you, you've probably already met, Susan and Brett Summer from Fig Pickles Toy Emporium. Give them a huge round of applause, and they'll wave to you. Invent Idaho appreciates your teachers who encouraged you to enter this competition. So we would like to award a bag of goodies. One of them is the game that Joey and Heidi won nationals with, Out of This World. And it is an amazing, fun game they played earlier. And we would like to award a bag of goodies to a teacher that you all nominated, and they're going to draw the name. Hold it up high. You want to announce it? You want to announce it? All right. You probably can't really reach. All right. And the winner is Bradshaw from Roosevelt. Is anybody here a student from? Come on up. We'll have you take this back to, is it Mr. or Mrs. Bradshaw? Miss? So that's Miss Bradshaw, and Roosevelt, I believe, is in Boise. This truly is a state invention competition. How many of you drove here in a blizzard from Idaho Falls, or look at all these hands, from Pocatello, Idaho Falls, southeastern region? In a blizzard, right? All right. Awesome. Thanks for being here. How many of you are here from Boise? Oh my, that's the biggest, I just got goosebumps. That is the most we have ever had from southwestern Idaho. Fantastic. And how many from North Idaho? All right. I hear the roads were pretty bad coming down, but beautiful day yesterday as well. So thank you all for driving here, and let's keep this a celebration. Several quick notes, and then we're going to introduce our keynote speaker. First of all, if you signed up to get your score sheets, those will be scanned and emailed to you. First and second, let me see hands of serial inventors. How many of you have been here to the University of Idaho twice? This is your second time. Wow, look at our serial returning inventors. Has anybody been here 3 times? Look, there's a hand 3 times. Couple hands. Awesome. Anybody 4? 4 times. Dads don't count. Fantastic. Has anybody done 5 years, been back? Awesome. So 4 years, serial inventors. I know Brett and Susan, you have. Very nice. Give our inventors a huge round of applause. At Nationals last year, the head notebook judge said to me, quote, "What are you doing in Idaho? Those are the best notebooks he had ever seen in 34 years of doing invention conventions." So Idaho, you young inventors are getting noticed on the national scene. In 2018, Idaho brought home more major awards per the number of entries we sent than any other state. We brought home 9 major awards, including Best of Show for Most Innovative. And Quinn, you're here somewhere in the audience. I saw you. Where are you? Yep. Quinn was that Best of Show at Nationals for Most Innovative. So, Idaho, you are getting noticed. Very nice. Please remember to join us for the ice cream social afterwards. Let's stagger that a little bit so that, but we want to get things moving so the ice cream's not melted. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Idaho Central Credit Union, for sponsoring that. And a final thank you to the University of Idaho. At this time, I would like to introduce our awesome keynote speaker and MC, Mr. Graybright. He is a robotic engineer by education, technology executive by day, and late-night talk show host by night. Gray's career has involved the design, manufacture, and launch of over 1,500 electronic hardware and software products, along with writing and telling a similar amount of jokes about science, technology, and cats. We're pretty sure he's the love child of Bill Nye, Jimmy Fallon, and John Oliver all put together. Okay? Gray is currently the Director of Business Innovation at Left Field Labs, an experienced design agency trusted to design and develop a lot of Google's consumer and internal-facing experiences. Everything from the Gmail landing page, Android.com, ATAP, however you pronounce it, Daydream, Chrome.com, and much more. You can email him for more information. As an experienced host and comic, as you'll see, Gray has performed at international iconic venues and events such as Kennedy Space Center during a rocket launch, appeared on TBS's America's Greatest Makers, and performed with Monty Python at Landon's O2 Arena. Huge round of applause. We are honored to have Gray back.
Superstar. You are absolutely amazing. This is my 4th year of doing this, and Beth is one of the most incredible organizers and people. Can we quickly give her a massive round of applause? I love you. You're amazing. Oh, you do a great job. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Gray Bright. Thank you so much for that introduction. The quickest of background for you is, I spent my childhood building robots, breaking things, pulling things apart, and at the same time, watched Monty Python and comedy. So my life has ended up being this strange mix of building robots and performing comedy. That's ended up on TV shows and doing crazy adventures like performing for NASA at a rocket launch. I'll explain those stories in a minute, but first of all, I thought I'd give you a presentation about some of the things I've built, some of the things I've broken. I do like to start everything off with this footage. It still blows my mind that this image is actually real. We live in an era where there is a car floating around our solar system. SpaceX literally put a car on top of a rocket and put it into space. Now, the real reason, if you haven't heard of this, the real reason that Tesla went into space was they were testing a new rocket called the Falcon Heavy. Usually companies like United Launch Alliance, when they're testing new rockets, they get a giant slab of concrete and they put that at the top of the rocket to pretend it's a satellite, and they launch that. SpaceX, because they're legends, decided, no, we'll put a car there. The car was destined to go into orbit around Mars. Unfortunately, it missed that, and it's just aimlessly floating in space at the moment. Now, here we go. The introduction that I wanted to give you quickly was just, my name's Gray. I honestly, if you ever have questions, at the end I'm going to show my email address again, but my email is gray@graybright.com. I am just one of you. I built things my entire life. If you ever have questions, please email me. I may not have the answers, but even talking about it sometimes helps. Some of the things that you can see here, top left, that is a device I made to detect the color of M&Ms and sort them into different buckets so that I can eat M&Ms by their individual color. It has no purpose. It serves no purpose whatsoever, but it's good fun. The one in the middle, I'm going to start zooming in on these because they are quite fun. Years and years ago, I really liked electronics. As I said, pulling things apart was how I started. Pulling apart printers, pulling apart things in the house. Parents, I want to say, if you see this occurring quite often, please, it is just about imagination. Kids are exploring things. Quite often they won't be able to put it back together. I apologize for that. But the notion of them pulling things apart is so important. If it is becoming an issue, here's the solution to it. Ask people at your workplace if they have any spare electronics or electronics that they're going to throw out. Or on those days where people do trash heaps out the front of their house, go and grab some printers or things like that. Let your kids pull them apart. So it started with electronics. I then moved to things like circuits. This one is a metal detector. You can make metal detectors. A couple of coils of wire, wrap some aluminum foil. The correct pronunciation of that is aluminium, but we're in the US, so we'll use aluminum. You wrap aluminum around it, and you have a simple metal detector. Little love heart, that's a scrolling LED display. I built this, let's say 20 years ago. This has progressed to something new, which I'll show you in a minute. It's amazing how things progress. Sometimes you end up building things that have unintended consequences. This is a SIM card reader. You could potentially use it to maybe watch cable channels that you shouldn't. Sometimes you'll invent things that you shouldn't, but that's all part of it. This circuit board here is a video game called Pong. It was an old school game. Kids, you won't know it. It was part of very, very much before Fortnite. Old school video game, but you can now recreate them. You can even make circuits into smiley faces. So not only when you invent things, you can put little Easter eggs in there. As you can see, the top left potentiometer. That potentiometer is the eye. That's a crystal. It's got 2 eyebrows. Circuit board is a nose. Resistors as a mouth. Capacitor. So you can have fun with it. There are no rules. There are no rules to any of this. This is the M&M sorter that would put them into different coloured buckets. Solar-powered plant for my mum for Mother's Day. This one follows the sun throughout the day. Oh, so cute. My first radio station. I always wanted to be on the radio. They wouldn't let me, so I built my own radio station. Not fully allowed in a lot of places, but it meant that I could broadcast. That then progressed. Before I actually had a TV show, I built my own TV station. Another thing that you potentially shouldn't do, mainly because generating RF in UHF is actually really complicated. So this TV station could only broadcast about 30 feet. So it was really just me and my neighbour watching reruns of Voltron. That's all that happened. One of my favorites, this one's crazy. My very first car. I was a huge fan of a game called Daytona USA. For those of you who haven't played Daytona USA, it's at your local arcade, couple of quarters in, you sit down at the machine, and the objective of this game is to go around a racetrack and do it really quickly, and the quicker that you do it, you get time extensions. So you've got to go around the lap, and then you go under like this giant sort of almost beam that goes over the racetrack, and as you go under, gives you another 10, 15 seconds. Really fun game. I went down to my local arcade with a voice recorder, recorded all of the sound effects out of it, and then rewired my car so that when you open the driver's door of my car, the car would go, "Please select a race course." You'd sit down and you go, "Car, we've got to take the course that goes to work. Please choose manual or automatic transmission." And you're like, "Well, you're a manual car. What else can you be?" And then you push a button and it goes, "Gentlemen, start your engines." So you turn the car on. Now, this was an old, like 1986 Mazda. It was literally held together with the bumper bar was held together with gaffer tape. It was the worst car you've ever seen. However, I could go to a red light and there was a very loud speaker under the bonnet, and you push it, and it would go 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, go, go, go. I lost every time. I never won. But what I ended up doing with that car was, in Idaho, I'm sure there's a couple of toll roads or the states around where you have an electronic toll inside your car. And when you go underneath the toll checkpoint, often it will go beep to let you know that you've just used that toll. To open up those devices is quite simple. Couple of screws. If you ever open it, notice there is always a tamper switch inside there so that it knows when you open the case, a little switch opens up. If you hold that down, you can get in and modify the electronics. I rewired my tag to my sound effects, so as I went along the freeway, when I went under a checkpoint, my entire car went, "Time extension!" You had to floor it to the next one. It was great fun. It was a great car. My parents ended up throwing that car in the bin when I moved to Sydney. They didn't like it very much at all. So, as I said before, this LED display that I made many years ago has most recently turned into a product. This is one of my newest products, is called Meme Bag. As you know, memes on the internet. This bag you can upload through Wi-Fi using an iOS app. You can upload any images you want. And so, as you can see, it's a really bright LED display. Has built-in Wi-Fi, connects to your phone. You can upload any image you want to it. I wanted to use this as an example of how taking products to the market does seem like some long off journey or adventure. I want to speak to the young inventors here and let you know that the ideas that you have right now, like that LED display that I made 20 years ago, it might turn into an actual product. The fundamental nature of how you light up LEDs and the matrix and all that goes on is the same as what's going on inside this bag. So things will come full circle. You will invent things that you do nothing with. And then 10 years later, you might do something. The overall objective of continuously making stuff, that's most important. And I think even more important than that is as long as you just keep having fun with it all. Because this bag is great fun. And to those who really want to understand the business acumen, I'm going to speak for a quick minute on how this works. The bag is manufactured in China. I pay a Chinese factory a certain amount of money. They go off and buy the components, they assemble the circuit boards, they put the bag together through a process called cut and sew. They cut the bags, they put it all together. Factories, often you don't have just one factory. You'll have a factory that makes the circuit board, the bag. It then goes to a contract manufacturer who assembles it. They then either put it on a ship or an airplane, fly it over. I landed in the United States. And as mentioned before, then the sales start. So to wrap that all up, to be a well-rounded inventor, think about the process of building the product, the manufacture of the product, taking it to market, and then how you actually sell it. All of that is part of the hustle. So that's a fun bag, memebag.co. Major company at the moment that I'm trying to build is a scooter company. You may have heard of businesses called Bird and Lime. Building one of those, really interesting. If anyone here has any questions about that, do reach out afterwards. I want to show you some clips just to explain. That's the inventing side. Here's where inventing has led for me. It has built products and at the same time allowed me opportunities to do shows such as this show, which is the Tomorrow Show. It's like a live late night talk show, very similar to Jimmy Fallon with no budget. It's the Wayne's World equivalent of late shows. Thank you very much, and welcome to the late night talk show for science and tech. My name's Gray. We have a massive show for you tonight. With over 150 million views, Derek Muller.
Sometimes the simplest questions have the most amazing answers.
I was really into science, but I also love filmmaking, and that was kind of my dream, was to make films about science.
You've been to some of the most radioactive places on Earth. Let's take a look at this.
Driving into the Fukushima exclusion zone now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen from across the globe, to the Kennedy Space Center.
T-minus 10.
To launch the rocket, you press on a big red novelty-sized button, just like this one.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff of Noah's GOES Ark, America's most advanced weather eye in the sky.
Here we are at the 3D printing pancake machine.
So what we see here is a robotic spider dress.
A megabot is a 15-foot-tall giant fighting robot.
I studied mechanical engineering with focus in manufacturing and electronics. So.
Oh, you good thing.
Engineering's got a branding problem, right? A lot of people think of like pencil ties and lab coats. The reality is it's all much more awesome now. There's lasers and fire and robots and all the sort of big stuff you can make.
I think we're going to see a wonderful two-step here. However, no, he's up on his down. He's fallen on his back. Walking to the pantry, through the kitchen. Here he goes. No, he's bumped into the fridge and he's fallen over. I'll see you in the future on the next episode of The Tomorrow Show. Good night. I don't think science and technology is represented correctly in the mainstream media. The intention of that show is to highlight what goes on. The folks that you saw in there are incredible. The dude with the bow tie, his dad invented Atari. The man's incredible. He's building this giant futuristic arcade in LA. So if you're over there, it's called 2-Bit Circus. The desk that we had as the live late night talk show desk, I'm going to skip past this video because I do want to show you. The intention was to keep doing episodes, but people, inventors, are really busy. So we had to work out a way of how to be able to do interviews outside of regular filming times. So we made a live late night talk show, motorized desk. Reach out, touch space. The desk has now progressed into being able to play basketball. Oh, good shot. Most importantly, we have been pulled over by the police. This happened in Santa Monica. We were driving down Ocean Avenue, and Kyle, my fiance on the right there, we were just driving in Santa Monica. I live in Santa Monica, and so we take it out when we go to get Wendy's. We go drive through Wendy's on the desk now because, you know, why not? We were going down Ocean Avenue and this police car pulls up behind and we just hear whoop, 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 whoop. Oh no. Over the speaker, a voice says, "Get ready for a selfie." We're like, okay. So we pull out the camera. He proceeded to chase us at 4.5 miles an hour down Ocean Avenue going, "You're evading me, slow down, pull over." It was remarkable fun. We're being chased. Oh, here it is. This is us being chased. Oh, hang on, there we go.
We're being chased! We can make it! Kyle, we can get to Mexico! We can do it! We can do it! They can't reach us! They can't reach us! Oh, we didn't do it! I didn't do it! He just said we're invading him.
He was really great. That desk, when we think about vehicles of the future, everyone is thinking about, well, electric vehicles. I've been thinking about, well, what about autonomous desks? Surely that's a thing. This is an autonomous desk. My desk now can pull up to you in a car park. You then jump on, and if it's not programmed the right way, it'll then take you backwards instead of going forwards. But the desk has progressed to an autonomous way. Here is a very formal event that I had to go to, and the competitors who I'm up against have hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't. So what I try and do is outshow them with things like this. And so, yeah, the desk parks itself now. How does it do that? Well, it does that using technology that you can get a hold of for under $200. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but this is a real thing. It's called donkey cars. There is a subculture that is starting. It is very new. You take a remote-controlled car and you strap a Raspberry Pi to it with a small camera. That Raspberry Pi can run machine learning algorithms and become an autonomous race car. There are actual events going on at the moment inside warehouses of autonomous vehicles for under $200. This is where invention occurs. Okay, so clearly Tesla aren't going to be installing this into their cars, but it does show you autonomous cars seems out of reach. But if you want to start building autonomous cars, you can by starting with remote control cars. And that notion applies to everything. If you want to build something, there's probably a way to do it. As you saw, now this was interesting. This is the Falcon Heavy. 3 Falcon 9 rockets strapped together, the most powerful rocket since the Saturn, which went the Saturn V, which went to the moon. This occurred last year, one of the most monumental things to happen in space. Last night, this very, very last night, we had another amazing event. Where's the photo? I want to show you this picture. This rocket here had a thing called the Crew 1. What it basically is a rocket with a crew pod on the top because America is going to start sending astronauts to the International Space Station again. This program was stopped many years ago. It is coming back. The time of invention is upon us. Some of you in the room are literally going to probably go to space. If you don't go to space, you might work for a space company. If you don't work for a space company, your friends will. The notion of happiness comes around purely through yourself. If you are happy and you're doing things that make you happy, that is so powerful. I would love to build rockets. I can't. Rocket engineering is incredibly complex. A bunch of my friends build rockets. That makes me so happy to even be around them. It is so much fun. One of the things that has come about just through those friendships is I got to go out to Kennedy Space Center. In the background here, right there, is a rocket called... It's an Atlas V that was launched by the United Launch Alliance. I got to go out and do stand-up comedy during a rocket. Now, the reason you never want to do stand-up comedy at a rocket launch is because rockets are often delayed. And this rocket was delayed by an hour. I had developed 15 minutes of material that I was reading off a teleprompter because we were only doing this once off. It got to T-1 minute, and they said, we got a 15-minute delay. And I was like, I can do 15. I can do an extra 15. I've got some emergency jokes. It then got to T-30, and I started panicking. At about T-45 minutes, so we're now 45 extra minutes in, my mum is watching the live stream back in Australia. She starts Googling astronaut jokes, and on my phone, I start receiving like, oh, here's one from my mum. 3 astronauts walk into a bar. So my mum saved me. My mum saved me that day. I think she was sitting at home going, my boy, I can help him, I can help him. So there's so many fun things you can do to round this out in terms of space. The folks at SpaceX, this doesn't get publicized, but I do want to tell you about some of the fun things that go on in engineering firms. The folks at SpaceX know how to build rockets. They like building rockets. They don't stop at just building rockets that go into space. We go out into the desert and blow things up quite often. This is the rocket that I built. As you can see, it's quite small. This is the size of the rockets that they build. They build incredibly large, like that is a replica of the Falcon 9. This one here was quite terrifying because once it reached altitude, it actually exploded and just rained shrapnel on us all. Kind of scary, but I'm going to show you video of the one on the right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on.
All those people there are SpaceX engineers. They're just SpaceX engineers and their friends. Those type of things, I think over the years, a couple of years ago, science and tech seemed a little nerdy, not a lot of fun. There is so much fun to be had in the science, engineering, and invention space. Everybody here is on an incredible path. As I said, please do reach out to me anytime you want. That's Elon Musk. He's my hero. While I was at NASA, I got to sneak into that same seat as him. Find a hero, look up to them, try and aim towards it, build for the stars. Once again, there's a car floating in space. Literally anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. My name's Gray. That sort of hit me at Graybright, gray@graybright.com. Handles across all socials are at Graybright. You may be wondering what that one was. That is, I really like playing air hockey. But I'm an only child, so I never really had people to play air hockey against. My fiance, when she's at work, I've got no one to play air hockey against, so I built a system. It's a robot that plays air hockey against me using machine vision and moves the arm around. However, I programmed it to be terrible, so I always win. My name's Gray. As I said, this is one of the most incredible events. I've done it 4 years in a row. I hope to do it literally for as long as Beth will let me do it. I want to say thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see why I want him back every year. Give him another round of applause. And now, let's take 30 seconds. And kids, why don't you stand up for 10 of that and get the wiggles out, because I know you've been sitting quite a while. And we're going to start in the awards, which is what you came for. All righty, when you come up, if you are an award winner, you're going to come up that side and walk across, get your ribbon or award, come across, give Gray a high five, shake Senator Nelson's hand, and come back down this side. Be sure you get your flyer. And I want to remind you, this is a celebration of creativity. You've just seen some amazing and creative and crazy ideas that Gray invented. If you are a winner that places up here and walks across the stage, that's awesome. Every single one of you is a winner just for the creativity and innovation that you've shown here today. So thank you for being here. I'm going to turn it over to you. This is yours. You can just jump straight in. Do you want this or no? Yeah?
Very good.
All righty. So we're going to bring you up here, you two over there, and I'll be right behind you. And you got it.
This is it. What a fun, fun time. Beth's right. The notion of what you've built is the important part. We are here to celebrate the entire ecosystem. The winners today should be very proud. Everybody here should be very proud. And with that, we will start with adaptations in third place, grades 1 through 2. We please give a big round of applause for adaptations third place, grades 1 through 2, Braden Burrows, the oral organizer. Well done, well done. Grades 3 through 4, third place adaptations. Theodore Winkler with Cookie Bazaar. How smart he looks as well. Oh. Beth told me I should wear snow boots, but being from Australia, I've never seen snow before, so I don't own any. That's what I should have worn. These don't help in the snow. They don't do anything. Adaptations, third place, grades 5 through 6. Caleb Torgenson with Organ Printer. There was no entrance in grades 7 through 8. Adaptations, second place, grades 1 through 2. Greta Salzman with Sprockets. Yes. Yes. For those of you who don't know, Sprockets are socks with pockets. I loved it. On her behalf. Adaptations, second place, grades 3 through 4. Lily Colson, Solar Lines. Adaptations, second place, grades 5 through 6. Jaida Mortensen, The Bundle Bed. Representation of the bundle bed. Oh! All right. Adaptations, second place, grades 7 through 8. There's 2 in the team here. Harlee Lee and Kadrie Kemp with Cordy B. The entire project name was the Cordy B Rapper. If there's something I like, it's a pun in a project name. Yes! Adaptations, first place. First place, grades 1 through 2. Imogen Sanborn, The Stampler. Adaptations, first place, grades 3 through 4. Rory Spurway, The Heated Playground. Yes. Rory came up with the heated playground following a problem that she had. The problem was she could not use the monkey bars during winter because they're frozen and your hands get stuck on them. So it's elements inside the metal so that you can use the monkey bars all year long. Good times. Adaptations, first place, grades 5 through 6. The team here is George, Heath, and Rowan Starr, LET, Light Entertainment Turf. Yes! Good times. Adaptations, first place, grades 7 through 8. Myiah Pooni, the non-slip swim cap. Oh. Are you a part of a swimming competition today as well? Oh, not today? Adaptations, first place, grades 9 through 12. Eric Blair, Kaylin Rippey, Zachary Baggerly, light rail for Idaho. Yes! Is the teacher here? Anybody want an award? Do you want to know, I was a seat filler at the Grammys because LA's a ridiculous city and these are things that you can just sign up to do. I became a seat filler at the Grammys. They make you, what happens at the Grammys is people move constantly in the Oscars and they just go, right, go sit there. And during the ad breaks, to let you know what happens, there is a flood of people who are just standing there going like, where do you want me? And they grab you and they throw you in a seat. And next thing you know, you're sitting next to like Barbara Streisand or someone. I was trying to get next to Dolly Parton, but she disappeared. Anyway, that's not for now. We have things to do and we must. Adaptations, first place, best of category. This is a big one. Adaptations, first place. Best of category goes to Brenna Green, Sturdy Seat Organizer. Vision Charter. We move to the next category, gadgets and games. Third place, gadgets and games. Grades 1 through 2. Christopher Irwin. Yes. The project name there was Chores. Well done, Christopher. Good times. Gadgets and games, third place, grades 3 through 4. Claire Wendler with Venomous Creatures. We should have coffee later. I know all about venomous creatures. They're half the reason I left my home country. Do you know, we have spiders. The smaller the spider is, the more venomous it is. How terrifying is that? When you put your boots on here, you don't have to worry. We have to fear about spiders. Don't go to Australia. Well done. Very well done. Gadgets and games, third place, grades 5 through 6. Caitlin Zent with Healthathon. 7 and 8 will be awarded in next placing, which moves us on to Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 1 through 2. This goes to Alistair Smith with Chessmate. Yay! Ruling the world at it. That's fantastic. Well done on awarding the award on behalf. Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 3 through 4. Keely Christensen, Idaho, The Game. I'm going to join you as you walk because I have questions for you. Idaho, The Game. Give us the quickest rundown. How does it work?
It's like Idaho trivia, and you have to get to the end of the board.
What's one of the questions? Something about potatoes?
Yeah.
I went around and had a look at all of the entrants. There are some fun ones. There's something about the picture of the potato that you have as part of it's one of the smiliest potatoes I've ever seen. It was really cool. Well, Idaho, The Game, well done. Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 5 through 6. Hunter Burrows, Brain Racers. Gadgets and Games, first place. We're getting there, this is big times now. First place, grades 1 through 2. Ty McFadden, Lava Monster. Whoa! Rawr, Lava Monster. I should let all parents know, yell and scream all you like. Do what you can charge the stage if you like. There are no rules. You're going to be taking lots of photos, I can tell. 256 gigabyte on that phone. Just keep hitting photo. Gadgets and Games, first place, grades 3 through 4. Lydia Kirkbride, The Math Path. Yes, Lydia. Good 5 as well, that's solid. Gadgets and Games, first place, grades 5 and 6. Elliot Schaefer, Mr. Inky. Yes. Mr. Inky, if you didn't get the chat, Mr. Inky is another one of those ones that I really, really liked. I want to use the logo of Mr. Inky as like the wallpaper on my phone. We may have to chat afterwards. The picture of Mr. Inky is way too awesome. It's a smiling octopus. Put a smile on a weird object, and I'm in. Gadgets and games. Gadgets and games, best of category. Huge one here. Gadgets and games, best of category. Project number 58. Logan Webb, ultimate baby door lock. Oh, we got teacher. You're not sneaking away from me that quickly. Are you the teacher?
I am. She's an amazing teacher.
This is what I hear. What is your name?
Susie Hufford.
Susie, I want to quickly take this moment to put some praise on you as well. We are what we're doing here, though, best of category, but certainly the inspirations come from you and your colleagues and everything that you do day in, day out. Let's give the teachers a massive round of applause for a moment. So that was Gadgets and Games. Jules Verne, what a category. I love this category. Jules Verne, 3rd place, grades 1 through 2. Kayleen Howard, the home fuel reactor, replicator, the home fuel replicator. Jules Verne, 3rd place, grades 3 through 4. Gavin Schneider, Bob the cleaning robot. Well done, so cool. Jules Verne, 3rd place, grades 5 through 6. Dallas Owen Safe Scan. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 1 through 2. Kelby Livery with Storm Save. Yes. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 3 through 4. Paige Reef Sleep Safe Infant Wear. Very good, very good. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 5 through 6. Ray and Nicholas Poacher Prevention System.
Not
here.
Anybody accepting on behalf will give it to her.
Ah, here we go. Yes, yes. Jules Verne, second place, grades 7 through 8. Ben Simmons, Space Age Transportation Unit. Very good. Space Age Transportation Unit. SAT, that just sounds awesome as well. Jules Verne, first place, grades 1 through 2. This is a huge one. Jules Verne, first place, grades 1 through 2. Sydney Mang, Fast Plant Transportation. Yes. I was just asking there if Sydney had been to Sydney. Not yet. Not yet. Parents, maybe a celebration in Sydney. I sound like the Australian Tourist Bureau now. We will continue with Jules Verne, first place, grades 3 through 4. This is Jules Verne, first place, grades 3 through 4. Cal McDivitt, Hyperaccumulator. Whoa! Yes! Yes! Go, Cal! Jules Verne, first place, grades 5 through 6. Hayden Barbary with KELP, Kelp Electromatic Life Protector. Jules Verne. Well, before I announce this one, the Jules Verne category always excites me because it is one of those ones of like, imagine if. What's the potential if this could come real? Things that we thought like 10, 20 years ago were what ifs are becoming real now. The things that we see inside this Jules Verne category, 10, 20 years, maybe we're seeing these. I get very excited at everything inside the category. So it's very exciting to announce Jules Verne, first place, grades 7 through 8. Catherine Barney, Limb Regeneration Apparatus. Are you? Jules Verne, best of category. Huge one here, huge one. Jules Verne, best of category. Vibodi Ayaparetti with Illyrion. Yes! Yes! Non-working models, third place, grades 1 through 2. Non-working models, third place, grades 1 through 2. Lincoln Shearman with medical drone. Yes. Yeah, buddy. Woo woo. Are you hiding your arms in the hoodie? How are you going to hold? There we go. Non-working models, third place, grades 3 through 4. Tice Fisher, the Mag. Yes. Non-working models, third place, grades 5 through 6. Addison Parmenter with AccuOrb. Non-working models, third place, grades 7 through 8. Cole Anders Pig Patch. Oh, he's not here.
Yeah, he chose hockey over us.
Non-working models, second place, grades 1 through 2. Lillian McNamee, Bridget McName, Grape Seed Remover. Good work, folks. Grapeseed remover was really cool. Non-working models, second place, grades 3 through 4. Daniel Yang, super simple sink and door extensions. We're back. Non-working models, second place, grades 5 through 6. Morgan Bingham, Daya Chiros, shoes for shorties. Yes. Good sound, that one. That was good. Yes. Non-working models, second place, grades 7 through 8. Riley Futes Branchy, Kit 1. Whenever this happens and I mispronounce surnames, do you know what I do? I blame it on my Australian accent, and I usually get away with it. What we're going to do, though, here's how I get around it. Come stand here with me. Non-working models, second place, grades 7 through 8. Riley.
Fouts.
Perfect. See, I got it. I got it right. Speaking of accents, you know, I legitimately, when I call like Chase or a bank or something like that, I have to put on my very Southern American accent, because otherwise they cannot understand a word I say. I have to put that on. It's the worst, like, it's the worst American accent. But I have to put it on because otherwise they cannot understand me. And the other place it happens, McDonald's drive-thru. I can't order. So think of this. Every time I go through a McDonald's drive-thru, I actually have to go, I'll have one of them cheeseburgers and some of your large fries. It's the worst. I've been here 8 years and I still don't have an American accent. One day. Non-working models, first place. Grades 1 through 2. Olivia Meredith, the Bag of Wonders. Non-working models, first place, grades 3 through 4. Deviluri, Hope Feeder.
Just a reminder, you have a flight ticket.
Oh. I've mispronounced it again. When I do mispronouncings, I do them in clusters. I do them all in one so that we get it right. How do you pronounce it? And what was the way that you just told me the strategy around naming it as well?
So my name is Dave. So like it starts with kind of when you say the.
Nice. Dave. Did I get it right? Good times, my friend. Good times. It actually, the naming thing as well, my name wasn't always Gray, G-R-A-Y. At one point, it was G-R-A. We didn't have the Y on the end of it. I was still Grey Bright, but everyone kept on calling me Gra Bright. And so I went through primary school with a different name to what I have now. Fun fact. Non-working models, first place, grades 5 through 6. We're in the first place. This is great. Non-working model, first place, grades 5 through 6. Dakota Reef Ultra Kill. Yes. That was a solid one. I like the solid high fives with that loud clap. Non-working models, first place, grades 7 through 8. Brenna Patterson, Liberty Evans, Amphibian Eyes. And remember, I requested the first prototype. I want them in my eyes. Non-working models, first place. Grades 9 through 12. Non-working models, first place, grades 9 through 12. McKindra Green, light safety jacket. Non-working models, best of show, best of category. Non-working models, best of category. Greta McDivitt, dog cookie maker. Yes. As we walk across, quickly tell us, how does Dog Cookie Maker work?
It works with a machine. It has a lot of different ovens.
And you put the food in, push a button, and then it makes food for dogs?
It really just there's a little from the cafeterias for all the wasted food. All the dogs, it gets wasted into the machine.
It is incredible. All the food from the cafeteria waste gets put into the machine and turns into dog food, so we don't waste food. Such a great idea. Well done. Working models, third place, grades 1 through 2. William Cone, super safe box cutter. Oh, yes. He's not parent, family member, teacher? Are you parent? Good times. Good times. Working model, third place, grades 3 through 4. Kate Walsh, Grippy Gizmo. Yay! Working models, third place, grades 5 through 6. Carly Allen Hat Brush. Working models, third place, grades 7 through 8. Lati Asper, pre-goggles. Working models, second place, grades 1 through 2. Mia Stroh, no string. Working models, second place, grades 3 to 4. Amaya Van Hill, flush away, wash away germs. Very good. Working models, second place, grades 5 through 6. Addison Stafford, artists drying bridge. Working models, second place, grades 7 through 8. Marley Hall, snow secure. We're getting towards the pointy end, and inventors, during the week, I'd been practicing if anyone can do any of these dances and you come up here, please, we'll dance together. So keep that in mind for anyone who's still to be called up here. I was practicing for a while. Working models, first place, grades 1 through 2. Ben Robinson, napkin sleeve. Working models, first place, grades 3 through 4. Ian Hampton, bandages for boxers. Working models, first place, grades 5 through 6. Josie Lena, safe hunter. I hear a teacher though. I know I'm hugging all the teachers. I'm giving. Got to give you guys you guys are incredible, legit. Absolutely incredible. Working models, first place, grades 7 through 8. Sarah Smith, rescue in a bottle. Working models, first place, grades 9 through 12. So this is working models, first place, grades 9 through 12. Carly Newton, Alexandria Harold, Ty Collins, Xavier McDougall, Safety Shield. All right. Yeah, I can't see where it is. There it is. Working models, first place, best of category. Working models, first place, best of category. Roman Labrador Environmental Floating Cleaner.
I think you're right here.
Oh, that's the next one? High School Grand Champion, grades 9 through 12. High School Grand Champion, grades 9 through 12. Grace Gardner, Lily Band. People's Choice Award. Big one here. People's Choice Award. Project number 108. Kadrie Osborne, Carla Lewis, Quick Track.
Okay, you get a little breather. I'm going to bring you back up in a couple minutes for the best of show. You okay with that? We're going to give Gray a little breather. He's going to high five our best, our People's Choice Award. And we have some very special awards. So Dr. Stauffer, we're going to bring you up if you would please. Thank you all for your patience. And we have a special award from the University of Idaho College of Engineering. This is Dean Stauffer, and he's going to hand the $1,000 scholarship to be held until they are of college age to the winner. And the winner of the $1,000 scholarship from the University of Idaho is Grace Gardner. Huge round of applause. Brett and Susan, you two are up. Congratulations. Yep, right up there would be fine. And next, we have a special award presented by Brett and Susan Summer of Fig Pickles. Of Fig Pickles Toy Emporium. And they always have fun because they get to judge the games and pick their very special game. Thank you, Dr. Stauffer, very much for being here and for that $1,000 scholarship to the University of Idaho. I think that's awesome. She's only in 9th grade and she just got her first scholarship. She will remember the University of Idaho.
Okay, crazy game people this year. Wonderful, thank you. It was so much fun. We just have a special award from Fig Pickles because we love games, and we have an award every year about whose game could go to market like tomorrow and get printed and distributed. And so this year's winner is, that name of that game.
Idaho the game.
Keely
Christensen. Yeah. And Keely, one of the reasons we picked your game, besides it could go to market tomorrow, is you have 50 other states you can make a game for. You can make regions, you can make countries, so the possibilities are endless for her invention. And all you other game things, it was amazing. Keep inventing games. It's a growing segment of the market. So, congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. And a huge round of applause. Thank you to Brett and Susan from Fig Pickles. At this time, we'd like to introduce Joey and Heidi. Hudika, are you coming to Laura? And from it, they have a special award. I'll let them tell you.
So, hi everyone. I normally do not speak. I let the owners of Fizzy Labs do it. I was right in the parents' shoes as you are today. This award that they're offering is a free mentorship, how to take your product into the market. It will be a mentorship from Joseph and Heidi. They will be introducing the individual that won this award to an engineer that can help them create that product. They will also introduce them to an expert that is specifically in that field, that they're there, that they would like to put that product right into what their program is. So without further delay, the winner.
You want to say it or me? All right, so the winner is Addison Parmenter with the Aqua Orb, right? Yes, congratulations.
And thank you to Joey, Heidi, and Laura from flying all the way from New Jersey. Bless their hearts. Awesome. Now an exciting time. We have 6 award winners that will be attending the University of Idaho Expo on April 26th. Would you like to come up and hand these certificates? All righty. 6 winners coming right on up stage. First, in no particular order, Rory Spurway, Heated Playground. These students were chosen by a separate team of judges, and our second Invent Idaho Engineering Expo invitation to Addison Parmenter, Aqua Orb. I'm going to give him to him in right order. And third, Cole Andres, Pig Patch. Congratulations. He's not here, I'll hold his. Our next Invent Idaho Engineering Expo invitation to Vabode, Aya Peretti, Alzeron. Come on up, Vabode. Engineering Expo invitation, Carter Walgren, iCaddy. Carter, are you here? Come on up, Carter. And our last Engineering Expo invitation to a team, George, Heath, and Rowan Starr, Let Light Entertainment Turf. Congratulations. And that's your last one. Thank you so much. And we're going to bring Gray back up at this time because we have 2 best of shows, and he is the expert at the best of show announcements.
Thank you. That's so cool. Well done. Let's give these guys a round of applause once again. Well done. Best of show. Wow. We're here. It's nearly the end. I get sad at this point. I honestly look forward. This is one of the coolest events of the year. I really, really, really always do look forward to this. Best of show. What an honor. Grades 1 through 4. Best of show. Jonathan Gagliardi, Comic Rush. The next best of show comes with a patent search. And I implore you, patents many years ago did seem like things that were only attainable by large corporations. The United States Patent Office recently created something for micro-entities. Micro-entities are small businesses. It's something like 75% discount, 80% discount. Getting those provisional patents are obtainable. Only a few $100s, and you don't need to go through the laborious tasks. They're quite simple. So if you are thinking about placing a patent, but you fear that that's too expensive, it's not anymore. It was changed thanks to the US PTO. The winner of this best of show does get the patent search, and this is best of show grades 5 through 8. Jolie Martin, Sleepy Safe. Yes. We need to talk about this. You already have a provisional patent. What for?
For the Sleepy Safe.
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah.
Say it can be done. That is like, how was the process?
It was okay. It was kind of hard to go through, but my mom helped me.
Okay. So you and your mum were able to go through it together though?
Yeah.
It can be done. Can be done. Superstar. Well done.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first part. I know we have 4 hours left. No, just teasing. Give Gray a huge round of applause. He is amazing. And our last section, we have ice cream that's melting and waiting for you all. So what we're going to announce at this time, we're going to bring you all up at one time, and these are the qualifiers for nationals. Parents, if your child is one of these Qualifiers for nationals. It is insanely exciting to go to the National Invention Convention. So I want you to come and see me right upstate, right up here afterwards. And if you want some pictures, Gray will take a few pictures. We're going to bring you all up at once, give you a huge round of applause. And our first 14, we're going to bring you up first. Qualifying for nationals, Jolie Martin, Addison Stafford, Roman Labrador, Addison Parameter. We're going to give him a huge round of applause afterwards. Cole Andrus, Brenna, and I can't read it without my glasses. Oh, yeah. And there's been a lost and found pair of glasses up here. This is Brenna Patterson and Liberty Evans, Grace Gardner, Cal McDevitt, Vibodaya Peretti, Greta McDevitt, Brenna Green, Jonathan Gagliardi, and Ryan Nichols. Huge round of applause for this first group of national qualifiers. You all stay up here. See if we got them all. I'll take the extras. All right, y'all stay up here, keep smiling, waving, and to let our ladies get caught up, we have a next group, our next group of national qualifiers. Come on up, Quinn Holt, Amaya Van Hill, Lillian McNamee and Bridget McNamee, Mia Stroh, Morgan Bingham and Dania Trios, James George, Catherine Barney, Caleb Torgenson, and Rory Spurway. Come on up. These are our qualifiers for the 2019 National Invention Convention. National qualifiers, take a big bow. You deserve it. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ice cream waiting. If you could proceed, please, to the IRIC. Again, beautiful building, Integrated Research and Innovation Center. And line up for ice cream, please. Please travel safely. See you next year. Keep inventing. Thanks again, Gray.